Alrighty, hello everybody. Thank you very much for waiting. How are we all doing today? Hair's a little poofy today. Cozy Cowboy, thank you very much for the biddies. 20 bits. I appreciate it. Are we already on a hype train? Oh, that's why. Good God, Nightmare Talk. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I just started. Nightmare Taco, thank you so much for giving a tier 1 sub to Kalu, Peacefire Now, Windchanter, Blissly, and Raven Night King. And Lady Domina, thank you for 100 biddies. We are in a hype train, everybody. Goodness gracious. Anchor Goose, I'm here for the hype train. Oops All Bones Kate, thank you very much for, I'm glad this is your first time. Should be an okay one. I have been staving off a inevitable burnout period because I'm getting close to I'm not even getting close to, well, I'm getting close to editing this next big video, but this thing has taken so much out of me, and the knowledge that there very well may be legal action against me because of this next video, it's like, y'all, I've come too far to go back, but man. Lady Domina, I need to know a good electrolysis place to go in Spokane. Look up Spokane Electrolysis. Spokane Electrolysis, set up a appointment or for a consultation, and they pay by the hour. And they are a really small, really supportive, mom and pop, locally owned office that do amazing work. Raindog42, thank you very much. Yeah, Johnson Johnson Crickets and Thunder the Coyote, or sorry, who said that? Yes, Namkla, the Satanic Temple video. Yeah, that's the one. And Raindog, thank you for following. And Krenna, thank you for 45 bits. Venatrix, thank you for following. Yeah, it is, it's the Satanic Temple one that maybe, I don't know, they're very mean. So we will see how it goes for now. Lego Panda 04, what's so bad about the Satanic Temple? Oh boy. Where to even begin? I don't even know how long this video is going to be because the script is like I'm always bad at estimating because I'm usually like a half hour off, but it's definitely going to be an hour and a half plus, I think. B Parker, you dropping receipts? I always drop receipts. Y'all know how I do. Huh. Banana Brains, any update on Judge Matt Walsh's court takedown order on your last stream? Have you tried to appeal it? I did successfully appeal it. They removed the copyright warning, so I have a warning again for the channel, but I'm not going to try and test my luck, so I probably won't be uploading it anywhere else. Immediately starts complaining about wokeness. Red Raven, for those who don't know, Synthetic Man, for anybody who didn't watch my Spider-Man video from a couple months ago, which you should go watch it, I put like a month of work into it and I was in my Spider-Gwen costume the whole time. Like, I put a lot of fucking work into the Spider-Man video. So go watch it, go check. I spent like a full day of work animating intros that were like less than 10 seconds for the entire video. Like, go give that video some love. But in the Spider-Man video, I went over Synthetic Man Spider-Man 2 video, and he is just one of the most hateful chuds I've ever seen. Like not... A lot of them are very hateful, or a lot of them are very ideologically driven, but people like Endymion, I don't think people like Endymion would do, like, an actual hate crime. You know, like the quartering, I think, is too chicken to actually do, like, a hate crime. But, like, and we'll probably see it. I'm going into the sight unseen for Synthetic Man's video, but, like, he is one of the most hateful people I've ever seen. Solar Lander, thank you for subscribing for 4 months in a row. Astroma Art, thank you for following. Phoenix Unit, thank you for following. Angry Goose, I don't remember if LaVey was Satanic Temple or Church of Satan. LaVey was Satanic Temple. Church of Satan was founded in 2013. Wait, no, God, I just flipped that around. It's LaVey is the Church of Satan. Satanic Temple was founded in 2013. Lucian Greaves is Satanic Temple. God. As much as I've written TST for the Satanic Temple in the last multiple weeks, I should have that on the front of my brain. I don't know, Nightmare Taco, I don't know what Burt Gummer Day is. And thank you, whoever said you liked my hair. I'm cutting it off tomorrow, so enjoy it now. Mockingbird, scared of... Matt Walsh? No. Oh, or Synthetic Man? No. Also no. There's very few people I'm afraid of. Even in legal action. I'm Breezy, thank you very much. I'm Breezy on Twitch saying, Synthetic Man is openly racist in almost every video. I checked out your Spider-Man vid like you pointed out on Twitter and it was really good, which made up for the fact that I willingly watched a Synthetic Man video. I am very glad. Cat Gay. Have fun with green hair. Oh boy, Crow V. Actually really curious about what's going on with the Satanic Temple. I haven't heard of them being problematic for anybody but religious folk. Yeah, there are a bunch of reasons why you probably haven't heard it, and it has mostly to do with the fact that they sue anybody who speaks out against them, or anybody who leaves and speaks out against them. And they have, there's so much. Like, it took me weeks to get everything just in order. Yeah, it's so fucking bonkers. No, I'm not cutting it all off. I'm probably just going to go, like, maybe to here. And then bringing up the back a little bit, probably to here. Just because I just want a little bit more freedom come summertime. And my ends are kind of burnt a little bit, so I need to start fresh. Imperator X, the Satanic Temple has, unfortunately, a lot in common with Scientology. Yeah, Ben Colane, it's news to you. This is why the people behind this story came to me with it, is because a lot of other people won't really try and touch it, because it is such a sprawling web. And when I say sprawling, you'll see what I mean in the video, because it took so long to figure out how to properly, like how I wanted to put everything in order, because it's a story going back to 2013 with the founding of the temple, but then probably another 10, 15 years before that even. Like, you really need to understand who these people are for how it shows just, like, how disingenuous the entire effort of the Satanic Temple has been. And I have... Yeah, authoritarian is an understatement. Basically a pyramid scheme, also true. Crimson Vision, I just know the Satanic Temple, that's basically a bunch of anti-establishment people who say they're Satanist as a bit. That is mostly what they want people to see themselves as. And the Satanism as a bit is a bit, like, that is true. The problem is that they are the people who continue to run, and founded the Church of or the Satanic Temple, sorry, are like damn near openly fascist. Or they have done their best to hide their ties to fascists over the years, but man, they sure still keep finding friends who are like, and when I say fascist, I want, like, don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about like, oh, he's friends with somebody who voted for Trump once. I'm talking about like, they talked about eugenics publicly with members of the KKK on radio shows, and those members of the KKK were friends with people who actually committed murders, like actual hate crime murders. Like they are one person removed from hate crime murderers. Like that's the level of fascism I'm talking here. And that is, when I say that, that is the tip of the fucking iceberg. Like it is. There's a whole reason for my patrons and stuff, or if you've seen me on Twitter, I teased for the video and everything, I did a whole green screen. I have like a full background with like moving fog effects, and I did like a whole costume and stuff, which is the first time I've done that, so I hope it turned out good. But there is a reason I'm going all out with this, and it is hopefully to draw as much attention to this story and the victims as possible. Yes, a deal, so not based. Rain Dog, you should take a moment to check if your homeowner's or renter's insurance covers you for defamation. I'm an actual lawyer with actual history litigation, litigating defamation actions. Had a case where one of the defendants got coverage through his homeowners. Interesting. That is very interesting. I think, so here's the thing. If they sue for defamation, I'm not going to take the video down. Like, I've already decided that on my own. However, if they sue for defamation, like, I don't think any court would take it seriously, because I have exhaustively, as I always do, as anybody who's watched my big videos knows, I've exhaustively gone through all of my sources. Like, I'm covered. Yeah, but that is what I will be working on intensively for the next week. If you would like to get looks at it before it's finished and get your name in the Patreon credits, you can go sign up to the Patreon. But other than that, I need to show this off. I got this, I went thrift shopping yesterday, and I got this NECA 1954, it's the colored variant Godzilla, for $6 at Value Village. Just this NECA Godzilla, like, it has some scuffs on the spines, but like in pretty good condition. For $6, and these things go for like $40 to $50 on eBay still. And I really love this one. I didn't get it back in the day, and I kind of always regretted it, because I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna pay $60. But it was just stuffed with the dinosaurs on a shelf for $6, and I was like, okay, well, I can't not. And then let me actually show my. Yeah, Code Anthony, it's going pixelated, I think, because I still have my chroma key active, so the chroma key is picking up the green like it was a green screen, which is very funny. Thank you very much for the Godzilla sticker. Why are my stickers all messed up? What the hell? Alright, give me a second. Let me. There we go. Thank you. That's much better, Nightmare Taco. Thank you for all the Cowboy Ziller stickers. And I'll actually be right back. I have another cool toy, and then we'll get started on Synthetic Man. I found this, and he's totally going. Okay, let me see if I can take the chroma key off, because Kermit is going invisible. You can, like, that's nuts. That's crazy. Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can take the chroma key off so I can show off my Kermit. Da, da. Okay. There we go. So this is a 1976 Kermit plushie that's actually in really great condition. Like usually with the 76ers or the ones that were actually from the 70s, like the eyes are all scuffed up or it's missing something. But no, it's a little, you know, it is felt, so it's a little fuzzy after 40, 50 years. But no, this is I saw one of these at a toy show years and years ago, and I kicked myself for not getting it. So then let me put Kermit right. Come on. There we go. Frog with glasses time. Hell yeah. And I kicked myself for not getting it because it was like new in box from the 70s. But then I saw this one at a flea market for like $7 yesterday. And was like, okay, well, I kind of need it. He's doing Gangnam Style. Oh. No, he's doing that because for whatever reason, there's these felt, like you can kind of pose him because he has stuff, but they're only on the back of his hands, which is very odd. Like, so it creates this weird, like, and he doesn't have anything in his legs, so I kind of have to prop him up somewhere. But, like, I love this guy. Yeah, no, $7 and $6 for my NECA Godzilla yesterday. I made out pretty good for thrifting. Let's put Kermit. I don't have any room. All right, I'm gonna put Kermit back here. Actually, yep, let's do that. He just looks like he's screaming into the void. Alright, I'm gonna go put him back on the shelf over there. Over yonder. There you go. And other stuff is falling everywhere. Heck. Ugh. Alrighty. Bring Kermit back. Sorry, Coda Anthony. Kermit has to go away for a minute. Alright. Is it even a dead domain stream if Jordan hasn't at least shown off one toy? No. And like, here's another. I got one of these. I've always wanted one of these. But I got this in like a $1.50 pack at Value Village. And these are from the like Cactus Jack adult like Happy Meal toys from a couple years ago, and I never got one because they were out everywhere. But this is a Cactus Jack Grimace, and it just looks like it just looks like a shitty child drawing brought to life, and it brings me so much joy. For reasons I cannot properly convey. It's just so dumb. Yes, Cat. All right, Cat is yelling at me for food. Go get your own food. You're supposed to be a hunter. Dog. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I like toys. All right. Lady Domina, need a good metaphysical shop to go into in Spokane? I don't know of any in Spokane. Like there are some shops that are kind of crunchy like that, but you're going to be looking at... There's a crystal shop in Coeur d'Alene that's pretty good. Dark Knight, we're doing good. Or is it Cactus Planet? It was something like that. Oh yeah, no, I have 2 Tron figures. Or let me move out of the way. I have a Tron and a Flynn back there with my... Okay, well now I gotta show these off. This is my Metal Gear Raiden. But I have my Tron and my Flynn with my identity disc in the background. And then this is a vintage 1982 light cycle that I got off of a toy collector friend. He owns a toy store here in town. And I traded him... What did I trade him? I traded him a bunch of... Oh, yeah, I traded him a bunch of old McDonald's toys, and he cut me a deal on that. No. Oh, everything is gone to crap, everybody. All right. I don't have to do. That'll be fine. Do I have an Electro from Spider-Man? I don't. I do have a Shocker. I have a classic Shocker. Iceman. Yep. Coda Anthony, that is the exact time. It doesn't have the zip pull, but it does still work. Like, if it had a zip pull, it would work. There's nothing broken about it. An Angry Goose, does your Satanism expose include LeVay allegedly ripping off Ragnar Redbeard's white nationalist Might is Right? Oh boy. Oh boy, does it. Yeah, Might is Right is a through line through the entire video. From LeVay to especially Lucien Greaves, who is, which first off, I call him Doug because his name is Doug. His real name is Doug. The dudes who founded the Church of Satan, their names are Doug and Kevin. Would it shock you that they are both from upper middle class white families and had very cushy upbringings? I'm a chair. Spider-Man was actually the first video of yours I saw over on YouTube. Thank you very much. I'm glad. Those names go hard for Satanists. Okay, last toy thing, and then we'll get right into Synthetic Man. Spino Rex 123. I collect mostly Jurassic Park / World toys and other dinosaurs. Do you have any JP toys? Yeah, just for you, just because you asked, I'm gonna go grab some. I'll be right back. So I just put a bunch in storage because I've kind of been cycling stuff out and trying to clear up room in here. So I just put stuff in storage, but this is my original 93? Yeah, this is my 93 Kenner Velociraptor that is in really great condition and still does... And I love this little guy. I love the 93 Kenner line, and I even have the kind of newer ones that they just put out. But yeah, this is my 93 Kenner. Here's a dinosaur for you. And I have other ones. I have a T-Rex, and I have my Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, which against all odds, after 20 years, the voice box still works, and that's fucking nuts. Yeah, no, Might Makes Right as like a thing is not good. Like it is openly fascist. Saeed Rose, I haven't started X-Men 97. I'm gonna talk about this when we get to the Synthetic Man. I guess this is actually a good transition. So I've been working my way through different TV shows, and I just finished up The Shield, which was phenomenal. Maybe one of my favorite endings to a show ever. Like it really put such a bleak, profound bow on everything. In a way most shows don't manage. Shield, great, A+. And immediately after, I thought Fallout was out. I thought it was out a day or two earlier than it actually was, so I started watching Twisted Metal instead. And Twisted Metal is a weird show. it has a really rough first impression, but it kind of grows on you. Or I think they got better at writing it as it went on. But so I haven't been watching Fallout, but I have been watching the other live action post apocalyptic video game adaptation show. And then I have been wanting to watch X-Men 97, but I just haven't made time to do it yet. Dead X-Chilled XXXX doesn't involve the main church of Satan, the ones who troll Christians. It is the Satanic Temple are the ones who troll Christians. And yes, it is focused on them. Sky, a desert cat, you're looking very cute. Thank you. I am not feeling very cute, but I went on a run today. And I'm trying to keep getting in shape for my Cloud cosplay. Okay. Let me go. Oh, I am way... Goodness gracious. There we go. No, I've wanted... All right, sorry, I was a little bit behind in the chat. No, I really love... I really want to watch X-Men. Like, it seems like something I'd really love. Hobo Dante, have I played Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the game philosophy, because the final boss literally shouts "might makes right." At one point during the fight, he also says "Make America Great Again," predating the Trump administration by a couple years. You probably already heard about that, but I'm bringing it up because I feel like someone else will if I won't. Yeah, I like... Metal Gear Rising is not a particularly deep game, but I think whatever was left of what Kojima put in it, and then platinumed up, is a best case scenario for a game that Kojima didn't helm, because it still maintains the structure of a Kojima level critique, but without getting bogged down in the way that Kojima can, if that makes sense. It still addresses things about like the world post 9/11 and the war on terror and the effect it's had on people all over the world, and how socioeconomically things shift behind the scenes. Like, it is very much a continuation of, Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 4. But that is to say, I don't think it's particularly deep. Like, it is not... Not only is it not deep, I don't think it's particularly well structured. I think there are parts of it that show through how, as a game, like, it had a pretty weird production cycle. Like, the fact that Senator Armstrong really isn't a character until the final boss fight. Like, it's a fantastic game, but like, I remember the first time I played it, I was like, wait, who the fuck is this? You know? It is solid. Jessica for Lego. I haven't had long hair before. Since I've recently transitioned, I'm still growing it. I cosplay as well. Problem is the bottom of my hair wants to wave outward when I brush it. It doesn't work for my Ruby Rose cosplay. Did you know how to make it go inward instead? Iron. Use an iron. Like learn how to do flat iron. Which is its own thing, and be sure to, like, ironing and straightening and curling is how you wanna do that. Fioshbowl has super chat $5. Thank you. Will/D, you plan on talking about Ton Uprising as anti-fascist media? I'd say it flies under the radar for a lot of people. I don't know what that is. But I will look into it. Is that a movie or a show? Oh, Tron Uprising. Okay, I got you. Okay, Ton Uprising. I'm like, what's okay, no, I feel it. All right. Maybe at some point that would be pretty far down the list, because I have, like, I keep taking on these very big politically tinted projects, and that has become kind of my brand, which I'm fine with. But there are other media analysis projects I do want to take on in the vein of my Spider-Man video. I want to do one on Metal Gear Solid 5. I want to do one on Final Fantasy 15. All right, you want a crazy fucking, like, Dead Domain does an 8-hour video essay idea? Here it is. A double review, thematic review, not just like reviewing everything, but a thematic overview of the link between the death of the Western genre and deaths of ideas of American exceptionalism and individualism through the lens of comparing, wait for it, the series Justified and Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2. And that would have to be massive because you're talking like 7 seasons of a TV show and then like 150 hours of game. My other big idea that I would love to tackle at some point. Oh, fuck, I just had it. Where'd it go? Oh, no, I was just thinking about it. It's one I've thought about for years. I was like, ooh, oh, yeah. I want to do a compare and contrast on the themes behind Deadly Premonition, Deadly Premonition 2, Twin Peaks, Twin Peaks The Return, and Alan Wake 2. And particularly how they are all linked together by the creators using the sequels to not just reflect on the act of creativity itself, but through their characters. So, like, that's the kind of shit, if money was no object, and I could put out, like, an H-Bomber Guy level 8-hour video once a year, I could do that. Like, that is what I'd be doing. You know, Pyro Guy, I've been watching so much Walton Goggins, it's crazy. Like, every show I've been watching lately, I'm like, oh shit, it's Walton. Because, like, he is a main character in Justified. He's a main character in The Shield. Like, as soon as he showed up, I was like, oh, okay, he's got to die soon, right? Because he has to go film Justified. Because those, like, they kind of start ish around the same point. And no, he was just there the whole time. And then he's in Fallout too. Like, incredibly, severely underrated actor. Well, Pyro Guy, I think Twin Peaks The Return, Alan Wake 2, I think Deadly Premonition 2. Deadly Premonition 2 is not nearly as strong as either of those. And as somebody who really loves Deadly Premonition, it arguably isn't as strong as the original game, but I think there are fascinating things it does that do put it in that conversation. Oh my god, I would love a Baby Billy's Bible Monkers shirt. I need to go finish that last season. God, what a amazing show. Oh. Hell of a show. And I'm looking forward to, I might end up starting Fallout pretty soon here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think Michael Scully, Deadly Premonition 2 is more True Detective than Twin Peaks. I think the same can be said for Alan Wake 2.
12 long years.
Like, I think it's very much in a similar, like they take a lot more of the heavy noir inspiration from True Detective for Alan Wake 2. It's still like a lot of surreal and weirdness to it, but yeah. No, and I haven't even started watching Fallout yet, but I just installed, and before this I played through like the opening areas of Fallout 76. So unfortunately I feel like I'm going to get back into that. Yeah, Coyote Ochre, Walton Goggins is Baby Billy. Uh, yeah, Johnson 76. So like everybody, I played Fallout 76 years ago. But it's pretty good. It seems to be in a good spot. Like I do want to play more of it. Like, because there's so much content now, they let you do a cool thing. If you start a new character, they let you just jump to level 20. And so you have perks all assigned you. You pick a class, and then you're just let loose in the world to go do quests and stuff. But you can take up a little bit heavier quests, and then they give you actual weapons and plenty of ammo. So, like, I don't feel like the problem I had when I first played Fallout 76 was I hated the inventory management. I hated scrounging for shit. Like, I like some of that in Fallout, but the way they seem to have turned it into just a pure survival game bugged the shit out of me. Yeah, exactly. Foxbat, Fallout 76 felt miserable because I was literally scrounging for bullets. I'm not having that problem. Like, they literally, first 10 minutes, if you choose to go to level 20, they give you a gun, and I have like 700 bullets for it. Like, just hundreds of rounds. Like, I'm set. I'm solid. Yeah. You should repeat that. Yay, I finally caught a dead domain stream. I am glad you caught a dead domain stream. Poyapan, I haven't seen you around in a minute, Poyapan. How you doing? If Fallout 76 were to have an offline mode, I pray that devs could look at how Mega Man X Dive offline works and develop offline mode accordingly. I haven't had any problem. I think you can set it to no combat, and it kind of just plays like an offline game. Like, question, John Titters, do you think Fire Emblem could work as a one-and-done animated movie? I don't know. I haven't played enough Fire Emblem. However, I do believe there might be a Fire Emblem anime from the early 90s, I think. Yeah, 1997. There is one. I remember Fire Emblem was one of the that clicked in my head because there was a whole bunch of OVAs made in the 90s off of a shit ton of games. Like, there was Fire Emblem. When I was doing my episode on Darkstalkers, I looked all that shit up. There's Darkstalkers. Oh god, there's like King of Fighters had multiple. Tekken had a bunch of them. Street Fighter, of course. Nachi. Yeah, I don't remember. There were other ones too, but those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. All right, everybody. Now that we've dispensed with the formalities, I want to... It's only 20 minutes. You can do better than that. 20 minutes of just bitching? Come on. I make video game reviews. That's pretty much all you need to know. I'm looking forward to being having more subscribers than him. Like, in a year, I've gained 80,000, 81,000. Less than a year, actually, because June was when my channel really popped off and went from 1,000 to 2,000. If I can get large enough to crush him, I will be very happy. Oh, I'm Breezu. It's only the first one. He's dropping a longer one for the rest of the show. Great. Can't wait. I'm sure it will be so incredibly worthwhile. You may notice a commonality between all this stuff is just him fucking complaining about shit. Like, just complaining. This is a woman, allegedly, and it's just a picture of a woman. And 4 months ago, he was talking about how Fallout was going to suck, so he definitely did not come into it with any preconceived notions. Let it be known. Dave L., thank you for super chatting. $10. Wowzers. Like, the death of the Western, sci-fi is impossible now that the future has been canceled, like Mark Fisher put it. Check out R.J. Esco's Dystopias of the Future essay in Current Affairs. Fun read. I will. That sounds delightful. Well, that sounds interesting. I don't know about delightful. SugarTube, thank you for following. Spacebird, thank you for following. Lennon Cat Knows What to Do, thank you for following. Voxel Witch, Hobo Dante, Solar Lander, thank you all. Yeah, yuck brown people and women is kind of his brand. Although I want to watch the... We might end up watching the Final Fantasy VII one, because I honestly thought this was longer. He usually just goes on unhinged rants. And this is the thing. I'm probably going to be pausing this video a lot, because he just says hateful shit all the time. Like, and the wildest shit, too. Like, with no proof, with no foundation. I remember when I was listening to the Spider-Man essay, I was actually out doing chores and stuff, so I was listening to it as he was talking. And I would have to pause and, like, talk to myself about how wrong he was. I was just like, how is wild. Wild. I'm going to go, my dog wants something, so I'm going to go get her a bone real quick so she leaves us alone. And then, chat, it's just going to be you and me. And we're gonna chillax, and I'm going to sit here with my Godzilla cup. We got my Felicia art on the background right here, my Web Weaver art back there, and we're just going to watch this absolute dork. No, Jessica Diego, this is not the Spider-Man Freemason guy. Although, he might be as crazy as that guy. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Dog. Alright, what do you want? You want your... What do you think about that, huh? Oh. Good girl. That was adorable. I just gave her a smoked bone, and she is so chuffed. Unbelievably chuffed right now. His Tears of the Kingdom video is unhinged? I didn't know he did a Tears of the Kingdom video. Immersion is dead. You've been... maybe we should watch him cope and seethe about Baldur's Gate 3. Tears of the Kingdom. Like, he really is. Everything is dead. Like, god damn. Like, what a like, my channel is mostly critical stuff, and I cover a lot of harsh topics. But I feel like even I, with all the awful shit I cover, I still feel like I'm bringing a little bit more positivity. All right, let's just jump right into this.
The much anticipated Fallout TV adaptation is finally released. And who am I kidding? We all knew.
We all knew it would be bad. We all knew how terrible it would be. All right, let's turn this up a little bit.
This would be bad. Is anyone surprised? I mean, a single person. I made a video just reacting to the first trailer and knew this would be an absolute butchering. And why is that? Well, not just because it's Amazon, and we all know from Rings of Power and various other shows they made that...
I wonder if he's going to name any other shows outside of Rings of Power. Because, of course, Rings of Power was a woke mess because women. But I wonder if he's going to... All right, I cranked it up for y'all. I wonder if... Luna Violetta, yeah, we've talked about this. Have I seen a Spider-Man 2 review? I made a video response to his Well, my video was not in response solely to his Spider-Man 2 review, but I acknowledge it in there. I think Wheel of Time was... I don't know. I didn't watch it. I generally don't watch stuff like that. $2, Robin. Thank you on YouTube for $2. Does he even like video games? It remains to be seen, honestly. Like, it's hard to say. Hard to say. Who can tell?
They really don't care about the source material of any series, franchise, no matter how beloved. I mean, if they didn't care about Lord of the Rings, they sure as hell were not going to care about Fallout. But not just that, we know Bethesda doesn't...
And this is another thing that I find funny, is that he seems to think the same people in charge of writing Fallout and making Fallout were the same people in charge of making and writing Lord of the Rings, and that's not how productions work. They don't have a house brand. Like, Amazon has all sorts of different productions, ranging from comedies to stuff like The Boys. Like put two Amazon productions next to each other, Lord of the Rings and The Boys. Tonally, they have nothing in common. The style of writing has nothing in common. The level of violence, the characters, everything about them are entirely different because they're created by two different showrunners and two different casts and two different teams. So it's this thing that you get where when you have people who spread what are essentially amount to conspiracies about, there are these nebulous groups trying to make everything and they control everything. Eventually you run into this problem where they just make these blanket statements like Amazon is just like Jeff Bezos himself has his fingers in all these pies. It's just not the way it happens. Yeah. Okay.
Care about Fallout, at least the lore, the canon, anything that they weren't.
Yeah, and then actually, oh no, Bevan Tarson, there are like studios involved. John Bainbridge, Amazon is one of the most hands-off studios there is. They just pay people to make stuff. And that's the way a lot of it, I would say, outside of Disney and maybe HBO, because that's usually through Warner Discovery, that's the way like Netflix operates too. Like Netflix, and this has become a problem for Netflix because they've greenlit so much shit and so much of it has not turned the profit that they want. It's why so many Netflix shows get canceled after 2 seasons, because they've constantly tried to bet on the Stranger Things model, which is we're going to take a bet on 1 or 2 seasons. If it doesn't pay off, fuck you. The other thing Netflix does is they bolster their content, and Amazon does this too, where they will take movies that studios have made and shelved for whatever reason, like Monkey Man, the new movie that just came out in theaters. That was originally made for Netflix, and it was shelved before Universal bought the rights from them. Netflix commissions movies like that. They also will buy movies from other studios. There's all sorts of weird, dumb bullshit that goes on in the background of streaming services so that streamers can continue making content, or at least continue putting out content, even if it's not stuff they've made. And Amazon works very, very similarly to that. All right, I'll turn
directly involved with, and honestly, in some cases, even some of their older games, they don't care about continuity in the least bit. Now, for the sake of maintaining relevancy, I'm only going to review the first episode in this video, and I'll review the whole season next week. Every single episode dropped at the same time, so on the one hand, that's totally a good thing because this will be gone and forgotten in no time flat, because I don't think anyone who
bets on when it gets... does it already have a Season 2 order? No, it doesn't yet. I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably getting a Season 2 order. Like, just based purely on the amount of excitement and just like people talking about it. Like people I follow who don't even like necessarily play games have been talking about it. It's the kind of show I know my mom is going to be talking about. Like it is thus far seemed like a Last of Us level success as far as breaking through to the mainstream. So like I'm willing to bet this is going to be very funny when there's a second season.
Who's a real fan of Fallout is going to consider this canon,
especially this is
because
3.
of all of the...
Yeah, this is 3 for sure because it's just gray as shit. Yeah, Fallout 3, gray. Fallout New Vegas, brown.
Retcons, inconsistencies. It's obvious the showrunners didn't give a single shit about the Fallout universe, yet Todd Howard said this is canon.
The creator of Fallout, one of the creators of Fallout has already praised the show. They don't give a single shit about the Fallout universe. Tim Kaine, the creator of the Fallout series, has uploaded a video about the new show. Original Fallout creator Tim Kaine loves the show. Was invited to the Fallout premiere by Bethesda. He loved it, praising the set design, humor, and acting. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I feel like, and this is just me. You know, death of the author can be its own thing, but I feel like the people who've made Fallout since the beginning, in terms of Tim Kaine, would be in a better position to say if it respects the lore and the world than somebody. Goodness gracious, Cindy Jen, holy crap! Cindy Jen, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Lady Raincloud, Nenonoroji, Zpoza, Rosie93, and Shin over there. And Tawa Bunny, thank you for resubscribing for 7 months. Whee! So, keep that in mind.
Hate Todd Howard at this point. I don't care if he's not directly involved with any of Bethesda's projects and he's basically just a glorified salesman, the face of the company. Doesn't matter. He's still taking the fucking blame. So before I start spoiling everything in the intro, we might as well just get into the breakdown. So episode 1 begins in 2077, right before the bombs drop. We see Walton Goggins playing one of the main characters.
That is so fucking lazy, dude. God, that's so fucking lazy. Like, I'm not surprised that he would have sub-quartering level production, but literally just taking and slicing whatever game footage you have on your hard drive to avoid copyright protection. Just, like, take a screen cap. That's what I do. It works better and flows for the video. God damn, that is so... I hate that. Poetic Prophetess, thank you for following. Arachnia Weaver, thank you for following. Arachnia Weaver sounds like a kick-ass magic card. I've been on a magic kick lately, y'all.
The Ghoul.
Don't get me started.
Yes, they literally call him the Ghoul when there are thousands of ghouls at minimum in the Fallout universe. He is the Ghoul. But as of right now...
That's... Like, when I talk about... And mind you, remember I said... I would be pausing a lot. When I talk about how pedantic Synthetic Man is, I mean he complains about everything. You see what I'm talking about, where he's getting mad about a character simply being called the Ghoul. Because there's no characters that have the and a title in the Fallout universe. Like the Mysterious Stranger. It's like, well, there's a bunch of Mysterious Strangers in the universe. Yeah, but this is the Mysterious Strangers. Like, this is the Ghoul. Like, ghouls also, mostly famously in the Fallout universe, aren't really given much respect. Like, yeah, Spacebird, I haven't even seen the show. Spacebird, people call him the Ghoul because they're being discriminatory to him for being a ghoul. Yeah, that's what that's immediately where my mind goes. Like, it seems like a version of, like, a slur. Like calling a person of color boy, you know? Like coded, but it's like, man, why would you say that way? Like, that's what I think. Because, again, going back to Fallout 3, the ghouls have always been discriminated against. Even ones who are sentient, even ones who are, like, fully capable of living among other people. Yeah. Rain Dog Esquire, the Vault Dweller, the Lone Wanderer, the Master, the Courier. Pretty sure there are more than one Vault Dweller. They don't ever do that. Yeah. But, like, this is... thank you, Synthetic Man. Pitch perfect example of how you just will... Anything, the smallest things. We got so much more of this to go through.
Now he is Cooper Howard, a Marine veteran who is famous for something. I don't think they explained it in this scene, but they imply he played some kind of cowboy character. I don't know if it's for commercials or military propaganda. And now he just does birthday parties.
Better not watch the rest of the show to find out. That's how stories work. That's how stories work.
Parties for alimony payments. And I find this even more funny because his kid is mixed race. So his black wife divorced him, and now he plays fucking birthday parties. How blackpilling is that? And at the risk...
So, I sometimes try and give a charitable reading of what somebody will say, even if I know I'm going to disagree with them. I will play, for lack of a better term, devil's advocate. However, there's no reading of that isn't racist. There is no charity or goodwill to be found there. Like, I cannot think of an interpretation of what he just said that isn't just saying how bad mixed race couples are. Holy shit. Fuck, man. Okay, yeah.
Of getting a shit ton of dislikes from normies, just like my review of the first episode of The Last of Us. I find this even more funny because of...
Okay, again, dog shit production quality. Just not even, like, oh, it just makes me so mad that people can just make videos like this and not even... I realize it's a very minute thing, but didn't even fade the audio, just started another clip. Fuck you. Yeah, no, Foxbat V, he's not even using Black Pill right because he's a fake chanter. He talks like a fucking chanter. Like, he used the word normies unironically. Nobody normal does that. Sorry.
If you know anything about marriage statistics, you would know that white male, black female actually has the lowest divorce rates. So in a way...
Okay, hold up a minute. Why you got those on hand, man?
Dislikes from normies, just like my review of the first episode of The Last of Us. I find this even more funny because if you know anything about marriage statistics, you would know that white male, black female actually has the lowest divorce rates. So in a way, you could almost say this is anti-propaganda, but I still think it's promoting race mixing, as basically every show on television does. You know, for as woke as video games are these days, TV and movies blow the gaming industry out of the water. Basically, every streaming show I've tried to watch with my mother has had some form of
So much to unpack here. Promoting race mixing. First off, okay, y'all can't see it because chat box is on the screen, but when you watch the footage, his tag, his Steam name is Punished Chudtuber. Now, I'm going to give you 5 guesses as to what Chudtuber is referring to. You're probably only going to need 1. It's Hitler. It's Hitler. Punished Hitler. That's one thing dealt with. Let's put that in a little box. Put that to the side for a second. Does your mom know you're such a hateful piece of shit? Is that where you're getting it from? When your mom sees these things on the screen, is she like, these blacks are trying to mate with whites again? Like, is that the kind of house you grew up in? Or is this Chudtuber side completely separate? Do they know what a twisted little weirdo you are? I don't even know what point he's trying to prove by saying that mixed race couples actually have a really low divorce rate. So, in fact, showing a couple getting divorced is like anti-propaganda. He's just looking for a way to be racist. He's just looking for a way to shit talk mixed race couples. Dude, how close are you to actually saying the fucking 14 words? God, all right, let's keep going, I guess. You racist fuck.
Propaganda in it, and usually multiple types, whether it's race related, gender related, LGBT related. It's usually all of the above. But anyway, getting back to Fallout, the rich guy who's hosting the birthday party calls Walton Goggins a communist because he won't stick his thumb up in reference to the supposed safe distance from a nuclear bomb, implying that Walton Goggins opposes the war with China. Nothing really comes of this. This whole scene is obviously supposed to give you an idea what the retro future culture of 2077 looks like, but if a modern Marxist rewrote history and added diversity everywhere. Now, it's not like in the original Fallout games all the characters were white, but there's something uncanny about this whole thing. We'll put it at that. I'm not going to make a huge deal over it. So anyway, shortly after the first nuke drops on LA, the rich guy punches his black friend, not letting him in their fallout shelter, and Walton Goggins...
So, I mean, by your metric of everything being evidence of some woke conspiracy, the white guy punching the black guy to keep him out of the shelter should be racist, right? Like, you should be all for that. That should disprove your whole thing about diversity. Yeah, I'm not going to make a huge... Oh, God.
Rides off on a horse with his daughter on the back, as if you could fucking outrun a nuke. They literally just told us in the previous scene the safe distance is the size of a thumb. I think that explosion might be a little bit bigger than that. I know they did this to...
So, Again, it's just a lack of knowing how fucking stories work. God, this guy must be miserable to actually watch things with. Because I know he's just one of those people who just sits there and, like, in the middle of a scene, he's just like, well, why didn't they do this? Even though in 10 seconds you're going to find out why. And that's just his whole personality.
Have a really dramatic scene, but it just comes across incredibly idiotic, especially since 3 more nukes drop, one which is within a mile of the house. Whatever. So anyway, moving on, we fast forward to the present, and I want to point out this takes place after all of the games. And more importantly, 15 years after Fallout New Vegas. You're gonna want to remember that, considering this takes place on the West Coast. So now we meet our true protagonist, Lucy, a resident of Vault 33, which I guess was another control vault. Either that or it's some kind of multi-vault experiment. As they fail to adequately explain in the show, Vault 31, 32, and 33 are all directly connected to each other. And so Lucy is applying for an arranged marriage with...
Oh no, you're absolutely right, Crane was taken. I call that out in the video. In the Spider-Man video, he also said about the mildly androgynous character from Spider-Man 2, he called her a Zoomer mutt. Because she wasn't even, like, there's nothing to say she's mixed, she was just light-skinned. Like,
one of the other vaults, they show off all of her various skills. And of course, she just so happens to be good at basically everything. Definitely not...
Just happens to be good at basic everything. So, a stand-in for a protagonist of a role-playing game. Like, do you play Fallout and go, can't fucking believe my main character is good at everything? Like, you're literally getting a training montage showing how she got her skills here. Again, haven't seen the show. I'm assuming based on the limited footage he's providing. But that's the explanation. This is her grinding XP. Like, okay.
Mary Sue, guys. And of course, she gets approved. We find out her father is the overseer. Her younger brother is this tiny, huge-nosed, cowardly, incompetent beta male. And also that Lucy fooled around.
I don't want to pause on everything he says, but knowing what he just said about mixed race people, the idea to call him huge-nosed is... We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
With her cousin.
Messing around with your cousin, it's all well and good for kids, but it's not a sustainable long-term sexual practice, you know?
Who, despite being a tall, kind of more Chad-looking dude, is also a complete coward, worthless pussy. Get used to hearing that. And so,
do you think there might be like a lesson in that? Do you think the writers might be trying to say something by saying that this big Chad-looking dude is actually kind of a little bitch? Do you think that? I feel like you might be taking that one a little bit to heart. Not that he is. If he shows himself on camera again, he is not. He really seems to side with quote unquote Chads. But when you get a look at him, a light breeze could probably set him up in the hospital for a bit. Like, he is not exactly a physical specimen. Don't know why you're so worried about being a member of the master race, because it's a race you dropped out of, buddy.
the members of Vault 33 meet up with the members of Vault 32, and we find out her soon-to-be husband is actually a white guy and not ugly. Shocking. But don't worry, they ruined that pretty shortly. At the wedding, Lucy asks her new husband, Monty, what his sperm count is. You know, I think I'm actually starting to like this girl. And even more based, as soon as they get back to her room, Monty strips naked and they just straight up have sex. So I guess one good thing came out of this show. But of course, everything goes to shit as the big schnoz little brother soon discovers one of the members of Vault 32 is dead.
Again, really just laying it on thick with the mentioning. Also, you watched this with your mom? That's weird.
Dead and rotting. And it turns out raiders somehow got into Vault 32, killed everyone, and Lucy gets stabbed, but she manages to save herself in the most cliche Hollywood way possible by smashing a glass on his head and then, like, slicing his face. She heals herself with a stim pack and then heads into the armory.
When the breaking a glass over somebody's head? Yeah, that's old Hollywood. I have never seen... I've probably seen it in a slasher at some point. But what cliche is it that you break a glass into somebody's face and cut their throat with it? What? Oh, cute kitty cat, hi! I got banned from Twitch for a month for something heartless I said in your chat. I'm back. I'm sorry, I don't know why I didn't ban you. Did I? I don't think I banned you. I hope I didn't ban you. I'm glad you're back, either way.
And grabs a fucking trank gun. I guess all the real guns were already gone. And she witnesses a bunch of her friends get horrifically murdered, men just getting the absolute shit beat out of them. The only competent males at all are the...
Okay, so we're getting the other thing that he does, which is to really talk about how mistreated men are versus women. Like, he really wants more violence to be happening to women is the bottom line here. Which, for somebody who wants to talk about how tough and cool men are, seems like he doesn't like it when men actually get roughed up at all, which is weird. But yeah, we're gonna get a lot of that. That was something that he really sees. I think he thinks of himself kind of like Neo after the first Matrix, where he sees the entire Matrix in code. But for him, it's realizing that anytime a woman fights competently, or anytime a man doesn't immediately win, that is Marxist indoctrination that is trying to weaken men and cause the collapse of society, which is something that he basically believes.
Raiders, but her pregnant best friend, after getting stabbed in the eye with a fork, gets a hold of an SMG and starts mowing down raiders. Wow! My god, it's Wolfenstein 2 all over again. This is the cringiest shit ever, seeing pregnant women be badass. I fucking hate this propaganda. It is so transparent. Whatever.
See, remember when I was just saying propaganda? I don't think I said propaganda literally, but the basic idea. So that's 2 examples of pregnant women shooting people with guns. And that's enough for you to be sick of it? Like, it fits the tone that they're both going for. Like, that moment in Wolfenstein, while badass, was also meant to be darkly comedic and over the top. I am assuming as much in the Fallout show, everything I've heard about the tone. The idea that, like, I think he doesn't understand tone, really. Like, he seems to think that everything is meant to be taken seriously, which is kind of a problem for a black comedy. Or even anything that is, like, kind of comedic. But also, I'm pretty sure pregnant women are tougher than you, dude. Like the guy who just bitches about video games all the time.
Moving on, Lucy's husband turns out to still be alive and almost kills her, but her dad manages to save her, being the only competent male in the show. And Lucy gets to see how brutal he is, which I'm pretty sure is implying that he's been to the surface before. But all of the survivors manage to get captured.
That's not Bruce Campbell, is it?
We see
I can't tell from those shots.
Latina overseer is the real villain of the show. Yes, this middle-aged brown woman is supposed to be this
You know what? Kyle MacLachlan? Just as good. Just as good. I'll take it. I'll take it. He has kind of a he doesn't have the chin, but he has a Bruceian frame with the hair. Also, again, if everything is hating white men, and you just said the villain is a Latina woman, you're just disproving your own thesis here. Like, the things that you're saying, you are proving yourself wrong on a couple seconds later.
Badass evil raider, we're supposed to be intimidated.
Oh, okay, whoa. George Jackson 66. You're calling Kyle MacLachlan the guy from Dune? Fair enough. Yeah, sure. Okay.
By modern media is such a joke. We're not even halfway through the episode and I already don't want to watch anymore, but fuck it, let's just get through this. Evil raider chick gives the overseer an ultimatum. Either choose his daughter Lucy or choose the rest of the residents of the vault. Obviously he chooses his daughter, but instead of killing all the others, the raiders just kidnap the dad and then just let the others run away as a bomb timer goes off. Oh, and Raider bitch reveals that she knows Lucy's mom. Wow, what a mystery. I'm so intrigued. What the fuck was the point of this scene? Alright, now we get to meet our final main character, Maximus.
I'm so intrigued, he says sarcastically. What a mystery. What was the point of this scene, he says next. The point of the scene was to provide the mystery. Now, it's up to you as a viewer whether that interests you or not, whether you want to keep watching, and like that's subjective. But objectively, as part of storytelling, providing that little mystery is to get people to keep watching, to keep them interested. Like, that's the point of the scene.
And it's another pussy-ass black guy. You know, it's one thing that every single TV show, movie, and now video game has a diverse cast, but do you have to have every black man be a fucking pussy in modern media? You know, as harsh as I was on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, at least Barrett is a cool character, okay?
So again, he's saying every black man's a pussy, and then giving an example to the contrary. It's also not true. There are tons of characters. There are characters in Overwatch, characters in Call of Duty, characters in fucking Fortnite. Like, there are tons of strong, masculine black characters. But black people don't just want to see that one archetype, that one stereotype that has been pervasive in media far beyond video games. Like, the archetype of the loud, angry black man has been deep in the American subconscious, the American racist subconscious, in media since the inception of Hollywood. And all throughout the 70s and blaxploitation films, that was turned into something a bit more tongue-in-cheek, a bit more endearing to the population. They were seen as more heroes than villains. But it's still something that video games have taken a huge amount of influence from. And it doesn't reflect everybody's experiences. Like, that's how diversity works. It's not just one type of a person. You can have multiple types. You ding-dong. Yeah, no, Coltrane is a fantastic... Like, Coltrane is a kick-ass black character. Sorry, I didn't bring my list of black characters that I can list off the top of my head. But no, like, not Bastion. Who's the healer from Overwatch with the jump boots, and Doomfist, and fucking Jax from Mortal Kombat? Like, or even Geras? Like, there are so many cool male black characters who are still masculine and tough. It's just, you can fucking throw a stone in the game industry and hit one. It's just bullshit. Blade, always solid. Classic. Oh, no, he would be. Yeah, no, Jessica for Lego. That's actually a really good point. Dead Domain, wouldn't he be bitching if the black characters were strong too? Yeah, he would just take the other side. That it was, instead of him doing this, like, this thing that a lot of racist chuds like to do is they like to pretend that they're actually sticking up for other black people. Like, they're like, yeah, I think black people should have, you know, this, and this. But in reality, you know that if there were competent, strong black characters all throughout the show, he would just be talking about how it's erasing white men. Because that's exactly what he did in Miles Morales. Or in Spider-Man 2.
You can sell me on a diverse character if they're cool, if they just act like a person but they happen to have a different color of skin. You know, I know this is very stereotypical shit that basically everyone said by now, but it's true. It doesn't matter how many times it's said. It's accurate. And yeah, so he gets hazed by all the other Brotherhood of Steel initiates, and he gets saved by a trans man. I'm not joking, dude. There's probably going to be some coping and seething, but no, that is not a tomboy. That is not a masculine female. No, that is a woman who identifies as a man. You know it to be true.
No, that's a man. That's a man. That looks like a man to me. All right, we'll go to comments after.
And she's more of a man than Maximus is. This is fucking embarrassing. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. I have to get through.
Dog, dude. You fucking rat whisker mustache little bitch. I know a dozen trans men who are more masculine and manly and alpha and Chad than you fucking will ever be, than you can possibly fathom becoming on your best day. Oh, amazing. All right, I'm gonna go refill my Godzilla cup and I'll be right back. Godzilla cup filled. Let's go. Mighty Mulatto, thank you for super chatting $2. Why did he not protest the incest? Interesting. He did bring it up. Didn't really kind of skated right over that. That's an interesting point. Interesting point. Katie Ojoy, thank you very much for following. No Name, Poetic Prophetess, thank you both for following. Well, okay, so Krenna is saying it's crazy how this is allowed on YouTube. You'll notice he is just basically dancing around, like, calling people slurs. Like, he's just barely not. And that's how he is allowed to, okay, does the character use they, them pronouns? Again, I haven't seen the show, so I do not know. Does the actor use they, them pronouns? Okay. All right, cool. All right, then that is my bad. Oh, well, now I gotta fucking watch this show. So, Synthetic doesn't even let's see if he acknowledges that.
Who identifies as a man, you know it to be true. And she's more of a man than Maximus is. This is fucking embarrassing. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. I have to get through this, guys. I can't take it anymore. Everything I love has been destroyed. Let's just fast forward through the rest of this episode. Okay, so another Pridwin shows up. Maybe it's the same Pridwin from Fallout.
Something I just realized, if he loves the Fallout franchise so damn much, why is all the footage he chose to show of an entirely different game? Not the game that he apparently loved so much. All the things that he loves. That's just small, minor thing. If I were making a video like this and I decided to go this route of being cheap as shit with my production, I would just insert footage from the game so it's still relevant and I'm not stuck watching these shitty Dragon Ball models fighting for the entire fucking video.
For, I don't know, they don't confirm or deny in this episode. We see some Brotherhood Knights in T60 power armor show up, and I don't know, it looks okay. I know some people are like, it looks like shitty cosplay. I think the costumes look okay. It's when there's CGI that it looks bad. In the next scene, Maximus and the girl boy sneak away and look at some power armor, and Maximus has a flashback to when he was saved by the Brotherhood of Steel. Then we see the Initiates play some brick ball. Look, I know they're trying to be cute about, like, oh, post-apocalypse, they don't understand how sports work, but really throwing bricks into a fucking...
Two things. One, you should be happy that they're showing this blatantly fascist organization as, like, cool and Chad and alpha like you would want. Second off, again, do you think they might have a point? Do you think the writers might have wrote down brickball and been like, yeah, who would do that? And be like, idiots. Do you think that might be foreshadowing at all? How they would endanger themselves? Like, okay, no. No notes. Just a media critique. This is what he does, apparently. He just reviews games.
Square hoop, and we learn some of the Initiates have been chosen to be squires, and of course Maximus doesn't get chosen, but the girl boy does. And so the next morning, as G.I. Jane puts on her boots, a trap placed inside her boot shreds her leg, and to no surprise, Maximus is blamed for this and taken away to be interrogated. Back at Vault 33, Lucy tries to get the council to send out a search party for her dad, but the fat black soy jack on the council is too chicken shit, as is the rest of them. And so Lucy teams up with Big Schnoz and Sweet Home Alabama to leave the vault themselves. Of course, her brother, being a massive pussy, won't go with her. Her cousin actually wants to, but she knows he's incredibly incompetent and also a coward, so she tranks him and leaves the vault by herself. Now, this is where the show jumps the shark. We find out that Vault 33 is located next to Venice Beach, in the heart of the Boneyard. Now, if you know anything about Fallout lore, you would know that the NCR dominated this territory, brought civilization back to it. There is no way in hell that Vault 33 was not contacted over the course of 100 years. And of course, to address the elephant in the room, LA itself is a massive wasteland, like a featureless desert.
I'm going to go on out, and this might be controversial. I don't care that much. If there's a lapse in canon to tell a new good story, if the story is good, I don't care. Like, creators do this with their own shit all the time. Like, the entirety of the Metal Gear Solid franchise is just one long example of Hideo Kojima saying something and then just being like, actually this happened earlier, or actually this happened later, or actually this didn't happen, or actually it was really this person all along. Like, canon does not, like, canon is a fun, useful tool, but it does not need to be the be-all, end-all of your enjoyment of a story, and limiting yourself to that, it's just locking yourself off from enjoying other things that could happen, the potential possibilities out there. Like, this, I just think is dumb. That's my 2 cents. Like, all of these shit about that people have been like bitching and like really about this, I'm just like, dog, do you enjoy the show? Do you not enjoy? Like, enjoy the show. Enjoy what you get. Get what you like. I'm not saying that you should take all the slop or, like, you know, consume, shut up, don't critique. But this is barely a critique. It's personal. I don't know, man.
Dirt. What happened to the NCR? Well, at the time of me recording this, I was spoiled of future episodes. And apparently Shady Sands got nuked 4 years before the events of Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, that's how you know the showrunners didn't do the research, and yet this show's canon. It's totally canon, guys, that the capital...
So they moved some years around to make it line up better. Who gives a fuck? Like, he was losing his fucking shit over this, and I'm like, I cannot bring my... Who cares? Like, Jesus Christ.
The NCR got nuked before New Vegas, yet it was never mentioned, and it's more than established that the NCR dominated California and brought civilization back. Fuck this show. Fuck Todd Howard. Fuck Amazon. Bethesda is so beyond dead to me, it's insane. Everyone who likes Fallout 4 gets
Bethesda's so dead, which, as you'll know, he said in the Starfield review, like, it said Bethesda is dead, that here he is consuming more of their content willingly, and he's gonna do the whole thing. Dead to him. Okay.
Exactly what they fucking deserve with this show. What blows my mind is there's people who actually thought Starfield was going to be good. And even though the NCR capital was nuked, that doesn't explain how the Boneyard turned into a giant desert wasteland. But it's as simple as the showrunners didn't care. This is not made for the fans. This is made for normies who have heard of Fallout. It's made for women who won't even watch the show. And most importantly, it's made as a humiliation ritual. They will destroy everything you love, and you will do nothing about it. At best, you'll vote with your wallet and hope things get better. Yeah, that's worked out so great for us in the last decade. But whatever, I'm not gonna Fed post, because I will legitimately get banned. Next scene, we get back to Maximus.
Fed post. Okay, first off, that was very funny because he's basically admitting go woke, go broke doesn't work. When he's saying, like, yeah, vote with your wallet, see how that's worked out for us in the last 10 years. Which is, finally, one of you dipshits get it. That you are not all the consumers, just because you have a problem with this shit. But the idea of it being a humiliation ritual to take everything you love away from you, dude, nobody's taking anything away from you. They're creating something for a different audience so other people can enjoy this universe that you claim to love. But you've made it such a ingrained part of your personality that you see anybody else playing in your fucking sandbox as a threat. And you get territorial like a fucking shitty preschooler. Like, unbelievable. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Murdinator, I like most of the games and I thought the show was fun. you are probably like most people who are going to watch the show. You are probably like most people who would say, yeah, I'm a fan of Fallout. Like 99% of people who have played the games, one or two of them, or all of them, or whatever, are probably going to react just like you. They're probably just going to be like, yeah, it was a good time. I had fun with it. Maybe they're doing what I'm doing. They're going to jump back into Fallout 76 or Fallout 4 for a couple hours. Just be like, yeah, man, hey, Fallout's pretty good. I like this universe. I like this world. I like being part of it. Most people do not consume media going into it thinking about how it is a ritual for their personal humiliation. And the idea that he has to stop himself from Fed posting really kind of just sounds like he was about to say some people deserve to die. Like that's what I got from that. It's like, I will legitimately get banned. It's like, it seems like he was about to go off on a tangent of how to actually fix the problem, because voting with your wallet doesn't work. So how do we actually fix this? And he's like, no, I got to stop. I can't Fed post. Can't be a glowy. You 4chan fuck. Galash, Fed posting is a reference to when... Fed posting is a reference to the inherent paranoia of online political spaces, where if somebody says something reactionary or radical, like saying, oh, we should bomb this, or oh, we should do this, people will automatically claim it's a Fed. Because the Feds have in the past done that very thing to infiltrate groups and try and get them essentially to entrap themselves and advocate for violent stuff. And so there is like a history and a precedent for it, but Fed posting is it's been so just disambiguated over time that like literally any action, like even just protesting, can get you labeled as a Fed or a glowy. Glowies are what they call Feds. Thunder the Coyote, have a great rest of your night. All right, let's get this.
And he cries like a little baby bitch as the scribe interrogates him, accusing him of something he didn't do. And he makes almost no effort to defend himself. Eventually, he works up the courage to speak and just says he would gladly give his life for the Brotherhood. And the scribe rewards him by promoting him to squire, taking the she-man's place. Then we get a scene where the she-man doesn't blame him because she knows he would never do it, because, again, he's a little bitch boy who would never do anything wrong. What a great protagonist. And at his anointment ceremony, he gets a brand burned on the back of his neck.
Like, he literally wants every character to just be a straight white male who's tough and doesn't face any internal turmoil. This goes back to, this is reminding me more of his Spider-Man review, where almost all of his complaints came down to the fact that Peter had, like, personal difficulties. Like, had issues that he was dealing with on a personal level. That he felt things. And, like, he just would call that emotion... Oh, he's just like a little bitch, like a beta, like a soy cuck. And it's like literally any internal turmoil. He wants all of his media to just have the depth of a fucking thimble and just literally be like big Chad, square-jawed, chiseled man propaganda of them just being super cool and killing stuff all the time. And it's like, dude...
by power armor, which is kind of cool, I guess. And now we get another massive retcon. Apparently the Enclave is still around. Yup, even though we see the last of their remnants in New Vegas, which are a bunch of fucking senile boomers. 15 years later, the Enclave is back with a vengeance. Maximus is tasked with finding one of their runaways who I guess is hanging with dog meat. And for the final scene of the episode, we wrap back around to Walton Goggins as we see a few mercenaries dig up his corpse. Oh god, here we go again. Pete Hines has been vindicated. For those of you who don't know, there is a unmarked quest in Fallout 4 where you find a ghoul child who's been locked in like a fridge or something. I can't even really remember. The child is...
So I can't even remember. He's just stealing this footage from somebody else then. Great. Like, don't go bother and look it up. I'm sure it's on the fucking Fallout wiki. Or a chat board or something. Like, let's not worry about looking it up and being right. Like, fuck that. God,
It's been in there for 200 years with no food or water, and you reunite him with his parents who are also ghouls. It's quite possibly the dumbest quest in any RPG of all time, and rightfully, fans pointed out how stupid it was, how it's been established in the original games that ghouls do eat and drink, and I believe even in Fallout 3, they have to eat and drink. But no, now ghouls are just immortal zombies, and Pete Hines, being a massive silly Billy on Twitter, pointed out how nerds are all losers for caring about continuity.
No, that's not what he's saying. How realistic things are in an alternate universe, post-apocalyptic games with talking mutants and ghouls. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with him, honestly. But also, like I'm, yeah, yeah, no, Foxback, ghouls have always had radioactive power. Ienzo628, I recall. Yeah, no, Anita did steal. She stole shit from, like, Bayonetta and God of War. Like, she took a lot of footage without crediting people. Like, that doesn't make it right. Like, don't steal, like, don't take footage unless you're gonna give credit for it. Like, I've done it. I've taken footage for stuff that I'm like, I'm not gonna go get it. Or, like, mostly in newsreels and stuff like that, which is like, I can't go get news footage. But, like, if you're gonna do it, give credit to somebody. And don't use it for a whole, like, scene or anything. Like, if you need a couple seconds to illustrate a point. People mostly don't care if you're giving credit. And you're not saying, oh, this is mine.
You're right. Why should I care about anything that happens in the story? I should just consume your product, you piece of shit. But now, over 8 years later...
Which you do anyway. You are just consume shit regardless of what... Okay.
Bethesda still has a chip on their shoulder about that one, and has confirmed in this show that ghouls can be buried underground in a coffin for who knows how long, and be perfectly fine. And for seemingly...
Okay, yeah, let's not have that up for too long, so we can't see what the fuck you were just saying.
This show, that ghouls can be buried underground in a coffin for who knows how long, and be perfectly...
Alright, the show zooms in on an IV bag as if that's to explain how he survived. What the fuck is this even implying? Does someone change out the IV bag every few days, months, years? You might be able to watch the rest of the show and figure out, dipshit.
Perfectly fine. And for seemingly no reason at all, Walton Goggins kills the 3 mercenaries. They weren't even hostile. They were offering to share a bounty with him, and he kills them. This show is fucking stupid. Okay, that was episode 1. It sucked dick. It ruined everything. Fallout's dead again. Honestly, Fallout's been dead to me since Fallout 4 released, and to even more fans after 76. So while, yes, I did get kind of angry over certain things in this show, you know, sometimes I ham
like, now he's just... This is literally just coping. Because he's in the past said that it's dead to him, so obviously... He can't still be mad about it, right? But he is. He's very much, obviously mad.
Things up for the reviews. I honestly don't care that much. I'm just tired of propaganda being shoved in my face more than anything.
What propaganda?
Yeah, I mean, this show's woke as fuck. It's diverse as hell. It's an obvious female empowerment story. That's really the most annoying.
It's a female empowerment story. One of the 3 protagonists is a woman. It's obviously propaganda. Forget about the other 2 male characters. Jesus Christ.
Annoying thing of all. Lucy is an obvious Mary Sue. All of the men around her are incredibly pathetic and weak. The trans male character was more of a man than Maximus, one of our main characters. You would think black people would make more of a stir about this, but as you saw with my Spider-Man 2 review, no, they totally love Miles Morales, who's...
Not all black people, obviously. A lot of my viewers are black. Shocking, I know. And they agree that Miles is lame as fuck. And we have those in the trans community, and they're called pygmies. We call them pygmies. Yeah, you can still have black people who are anti-woke because they want to get in good with the anti-woke crowd. Very, very profitable. Very good for them.
Fucking Urkel incarnate. So I guess we're going to continue to see these characters in the future until showrunners and game developers start getting called racist for this pathetic beta male stereotype. And yeah, I don't think I need to bring up...
Again, like he just wants every black man to apparently just be a large, angry, booming voice caricature. Like, the dissonance is galling.
Again, how heavily they've shit on the Fallout lore already in the first episode. I'm really not looking forward to watching the rest of this. I just know when they show the huge crater where Shady Sands used to be, it's just going to be a giant middle finger to all the fans. And I've heard Mr. House also shows up in this show. And to spoil a plot point from later in the show, they confirm that Vault-Tec fired the first nuke, which completely ruins the main theme of Fallout. These fucking far leftists don't even listen to the opening monologue or the ending one. War never changes. That's what the fucking series is about. But you stupid fucks are so obsessed with capitalism, you...
Does he think that war and capitalism, that Vault-Tec, the company that built the shelters for war, aren't linked at all? That it's far left to acknowledge war and capitalism being linked? That is... Like Fallout is literally all about capitalism. That is what Vault Boy and Nuka-Cola and all of that shit are meant to show. They are illustrating the hyper-capitalist commodified society of this alternate 1950s future sci-fi world. Like, unfucking believable.
Think it's about corporation bad. That's what Fallout's really about. The games literally tell you what the theme is word for word. Now that it's not America or China's fault that the world ended, the entire message of the series is ruined. I guess the silver lining of all of this is there's only...
No, it would actually still be America's fault because it's an American corporation. And no, that's actually just the theme of the fucking show. Of the fucking series. I can't.
Few gaming franchises I still even care about anymore, and it's only a matter of time till those are destroyed too. And then I can truly be apathetic about the entire gaming industry.
You already
as
are,
if I
dude.
even had to tell you, don't watch this show. I mean, if you like this show on any level, I've lost any and all respect for you. In fact, I don't think I even view you as human anymore if you like this show. Yeah, I'll go that far. You can quote me on that shit. So please, for the love of God,
Oh, what a badass. You can quote me on that shit. I consider you subhuman if you like a television show. You fucking baby. You absolute child. Alright, let's go see what... Reddit bot comments are absolutely pathetic. Can you refute even a single point in the video, or will you continue to cry about my political beliefs? So many of your points are just fucking stupid, dude. Like what? How are you wanting somebody to refute points about interracial relationships being bad? Like that's what you're saying. Like you just throw shit out there. You just say, oh, this character's obviously a Mary Sue, and this whole thing is a female empowerment story and propaganda to make men woke betas. with no actual proof. You just fucking say this shit. How are people supposed to disprove stuff? You're just saying because your brain has been so fried by 4chan, you just react impulsively to seeing a woman on screen. I'm not going to Fed post because I will get banned. I felt that. Says Fraulein Hohenzollern 8442. Ah. Hohenzollern dynasty, prominent in European history for Imperial Germany, 1871 to 1918. 8442. Interesting. I felt that. Interesting. Johnson Crickets, thank you very much. Have a great rest of your night. Ah, Thule Mysticism. I did not realize how fucking many people like I know Fallout's a big series. I've played all the games. But I guess I didn't realize, especially compared to something like Skyrim, how fucking sacred people apparently hold the lore. Oh, God. In a post-apocalyptic world, pronouns still get respected. Ain't that something? Yeah, because it's a... Yeah. But I wonder what they're going to say about this. Probably something about killing people. Zooted Cornarian, thank you for following. Cornet Lars, thank you for subbing. Lynn the Elf, I appreciate the 100 biddies. El Dirus, thank you for following. Discordant Vol, thank you for resubscribing for 5 months. Oh, hey, Fallout. Yeah. Serious About Men, thank you for following. Grilled Gecko 6762, you should repeat that. Sanity SP and Raven Rinka, thank you very much for following. 40 replies. Goddamn, the thing about respecting pronouns gets this much engagement here. Characters have the same fringe politics as people from 2024. Very cool and immersive. Somebody being non-binary is not fringe politics, you dipshit. It's world-breaking. I caught that and just tried to ignore it. It's world-breaking. Pronouns! In my Fallout! Fucking pronouns! Can we get some pronouns in chat, please, for all of our Twitchies? Pronouns are entirely world-breaking. It's like if some character mentioned Skibbity toilet. Skibbity toilet. I guess I always added an extra B in there. I've always said Skibbity. I don't know why. Skibbity toilet. I'm not moving on from that. The world is broken. What the fuck? Somebody's response. I mean, no one makes a distinction of male and female roles in this universe. You would think that there would be no women in combat positions in the Brotherhood of Steel, and that raiders would keep women as fun breeding toys instead of letting them get pointlessly killed in combat, or you would never ever run into a woman as guards of a fuck merchant caravan, but whatever. Show less. Show less. Yeah, there are women raiders. Like, fucking all over the place. Maybe in a world where people are literally trying to survive on the daily, these people aren't getting swept up in culture war bullshit that you, as a first world basement dweller, has the time to get riled up about. Touch grass. See, that's really one of my favorite cliches, is that the only people who care about pronouns, or the only people who are trans, have nothing else to worry about, as if lots of trans and non-binary people don't struggle through life every goddamn day. You just... Yeah, very clever, very funny. Show isn't so bad. My wife's boyfriend loved it. They did tell me to leave the room while TV was on. Said they were going to do naughty stuff, so I didn't watch the end, though. Because you get it? People who like it are cucks. You get it? It's super funny because you yourself are writing this comment and putting yourself as the cuck for the bit, for the joke. That's called commitment right there. Never stop noticing, says Numb Diggers. Yeah, that's reportable as shit. All right, do we have another Synthetic Man video in us? I'm going to go deal with something really quick. Let's decide between... I don't even know. Maybe just one more. Yeah, Trans Emerson, I do want to see the Baldur's Gate 3 thing. I want to see how he copes with Baldur's Gate being such a banger. God, what the fuck does he like, dude? Final Fantasy 16 will put you to sleep. Tears of the Kingdom is not a masterpiece. I guess he liked Resident Evil 4. The Last of Us is subtle propaganda. I wonder what he's gonna do, because he's not like a Coomer. He's not like super horny. I know, I'm just browsing through it. He's not like that. But I'm willing to bet he's with the other Stellar Blade people. Anyway, I'll be right back. Wait. Okay, yeah, I'll be right back. Alrighty. Everybody, are you ready to journey back into it with me? Are you ready to take my hand on this nightmare? Do we want to go to... Alright, do we want Immersion is Dead or You've Been Lied to? Alright, I'm feeling... Okay, let's do... Oh, this is a multi-game one. Okay, I want to watch this because this is going to be some serious molding.
At the beginning of this year, I made a video called Escapism is Dead, basically talking about how modern left-wing politics are ruining immersion in video games. And as you might imagine, this is a sequel to that video, so I would highly recommend you check that one out first. And probably also watch some of the Baldur's Gate 3 review to have some context for what I'll be talking about in this video. The reason I'm talking about this again is because Baldur's Gate 3 is a perfect example of a game that, in a perfect world, would be an amazing game that most people would love. Of course, we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a world where we're shoveled propaganda daily by the elites, whoever they may be.
Oh my god, dude is just literally Nazi posting by the elites. God damn, dude. Like...
And if we're being honest here, a lot of times the developers are not doing it for the ESG money. A lot of times they're so obsessed with these politics themselves that they have to write it into their stories, and they never make it subtle.
Oh!
It's always the most obnoxious.
Okay, I need to fucking play more Immortals of Avium, apparently. Holy shit. I started it because it was free on PS Plus, but, I need to...
distracting, on the nose, direct analogs to real life stuff that will take anybody out of an immersive experience unless you agree with said politics. And
his vitiligo is for like this is what I'm talking about. It gets so microscopic, the level of his complaints. Where it's like, he's just like, oh, fucking look how woke this is. Who gives a fuck? If somebody in Dungeons and Dragons, a game entirely predicated on making any character you want, in any way, allows a character to have a skin condition. Who gives a fuck? Like, dog. I know you probably actually live at home with your mom. So you probably don't have much to care about in the real world, but find some real shit to care about.
as it turns out, Larian fits under the latter. They are not a publicly traded company, so the chances of them being influenced by outside funding is greatly diminished. Now, it doesn't mean that executives there can't be a part of some kind of greater conspiracy, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Are you fucking kidding?
Just say that the developers are a bunch of ideologues who are just making...
He would rather say that they could be part of a conspiracy. Like, when it fails that he has to go to, oh yeah, this is woke propaganda, it's getting ESG money, it's from the elites, triple parentheses. When that fails, because it's not a publicly traded company, he has to go to, well, I guess they must be in a conspiracy. It couldn't just be that all the writers and artists and the people who make this stuff have these progressive ideas. It couldn't just be that the people making Baldur's Gate 3, an expansive, massive, open-ended RPG that allows you to tackle anything any way you would want to make that experience of crafting a character as open as possible, to accommodate that journey, to also better reflect its origins as a tabletop game where you can fucking do anything. Like, No, push that out of the way. It's an agenda. Just
their fantasy world that they want to see based on the ideals that were shoved into their brains growing up, or maybe they just succumb to the natural social change that occurred over the
no fucking way.
and the ideals that were shoved into their brains growing up, or maybe they just succumb to the natural social
Dog, stop it. That's triple parentheses. That is, this dipshit motherfucker literally thinks wokeness is in games because of the Jews. Like, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised he'd be so blatant about it. Like, dog, this isn't 4chan code anymore. Everybody knows this shit. How many views does this have? 155,000 views 7 months ago. All right, I'm going to take the bone away from a dog real quick. Hey, you. Being loud. No more bone for you. Take a nap. Go sleep. Here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That one. Yeah, no, the triple parentheses are absolutely talking about Jews, but this is... When you hear people on social media talking about, okay, who's really pushing this agenda? It's shit like this that it comes back to. Like, people like this are in the movement that Mark Kern and fucking all these other dipshit chuds are trying to spearhead to get wokeness out of games. It's just this shit. Like, at the end of the day, it's just this shit. It all comes back to these fascist Nazis. Like, and here's the thing. If he were to ever see this, I'm sure he would say, well, obviously that... I'm doing my best impression of him. Obviously, that's a joke of some kind. Like, he would try and pawn it off and say, like, you're just a little libcuck snowflake who can't take my incredibly advanced 4chan humor. But come on. We just watched another one of his videos. We know what he's actually fucking saying here. And more importantly, the other Nazis know what he's saying here. And they agree with him. Yeah, exactly. Discordant Volt. It's Schrodinger's asshole. It's like, it's a joke until it's not. It's like, it both is and isn't a joke.
Change that occurred over the course of the 2010s. Now, I'm sure some people will make the argument that it's much better to just naturally believe in something and make art based on your ideals, but honestly, to me, it doesn't make much of a difference. I'm sick of the shit either way. It doesn't have to be part of some big conspiracy to be intolerable. The question on many people's...
God, that is so... Like, just coping. Like, when he's giving the pushback already... saying, which is great because he loves to say, like, oh, you can't disprove me. He's giving the pushback of people saying, well, like, what if people just genuinely believe that? What if these experiences held by so many people, they just want to see that reflected in art? And his response is just, well, I don't care. Unbelievable.
mind is, how did I end up liking the game at the end anyway? And this honestly is one of the most true criticisms of my channel, is that I'm too negative. Though really that criticism isn't entirely accurate. I would argue that the problem is not that I'm too negative, it's that I don't know how to explain why I even enjoy a game, especially if it's a game that I have a lot of issues with. And I tried to explain myself by saying I just really like the fantasy genre, and that much is true. And I'm far from the only one. You have to remember that one of the most popular normie games of all time is Skyrim, a heavily flawed RPG that has dumbed down mechanics from previous entries, yet somehow it has managed to stay in the cultural zeitgeist over a decade later. I mean, seriously, you can find popular videos talking about Skyrim even today. I would not be shocked if millions of casual gamers got into gaming because of Skyrim. And you can count me amongst the people who still really likes the game despite its numerous flaws. I would not call it a masterpiece, but I still spent over 200 hours playing it. Obviously, I like the game, I do. And the reason why I and many other people like the fantasy genre so much is because it really is the ultimate escapism. Kind of like how the isekai genre got really popular in anime. People like the idea of being dropped into a world where you understand nothing and anything can happen because magic can do anything. The real world seems so mundane in comparison, especially for those of us who are constant shut-ins, right? It seems like through the power of Leheckin's...
That's a little telling, especially for those of us who are constant shut-ins. Wait, whoa, whoa, Paradigm, Synthetic Man is a self-admitted child liker? What? Paradigm, in YouTube chat, do you have receipts on that? Enchanted Nightshade, bro probably thinks Tolkien was a racist. I bet my entire bank on it. I bet that he probably agrees with it. Yeah, sauce on that one. But if we can't get that sauce, that's fine. But I want to go back to what he was just saying about being a shut-in. Which, yeah, I need big claims before, like, I need some receipts. I need, like, the video where he says that.
Science that humans now understand almost everything about our material world, and so fantasy is very refreshing in comparison. You understand nothing and you're slowly introduced to all these other intelligent races of creatures that have their own quirks that in a good story would act almost nothing like a human, but yet somehow we have managed to maybe begrudgingly lived in peace together. I'm not completely against fantasy races occupying the same kingdoms, but obviously the Baldur's Gate approach is completely unbelievable and by my argument would absolutely be propaganda.
Doug, the entire first act of the game is about species that don't live in peace together. The goblins taking the grove. That's the first, like, 50 hours of the fucking game. What are you talking about? You rambling buffoon. Paradigm has super chatted in his Tears of the Kingdom review. Okay, well, sorry y'all, we got to get to the bottom of this. After we, what do we got? We got some obsession with politics. Let's jump there because this fantasy bullshit is boring me. He's just talking about the genre.
Obsessed with politics. I'll put it that way to be nice about it. But honestly, it's beginning to be...
Also, fuck you for using Silent Hill music. But very rich for you to say, oh, these things are obsessed with politics, when you literally see, like, secret symbols of manipulators and shit everywhere. You are the dude who is obsessed with politics. Like, it's you.
Come concerning to me. Now me, I hate the woke shit more than almost anybody, but there are people in here that hate it even more than I do, to the point of they don't care if a 9 out of 10 game comes out, if it has the smallest drop of propaganda in it that only a schizo like me would sniff out. then they're not going to buy the product. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with boycotting a product, but I would argue if you would potentially have fun with a game, if it's in a genre you enjoy, it looks like
Theo
exactly
Mosek,
your type
thank you
of
very much
thing,
for subscribing.
then you're just purposely making yourself miserable, dude. All of this doom scrolling, constantly listening to ultra black pill news stuff.
Okay,
You gotta take a break from it.
Let me go check YouTube chat.
Once in a while. Again, I'm not going to tell you to spend 60 to 70 bucks supporting people who hate you. I would never fucking say that. What I would tell you to do is pirate it if you can. In fact, that's probably the biggest mistake I made in the Baldur's Gate 3 review, was not saying in the conclusion to pirate it if it looks like a game you would like, right? Boycott is all well and good.
Oh my god! Did Synthetic Man actually put me on the chat? Hang on. Let me go see if that stupid little incel bitch mentioned me. Channel having a live stream tantrum. The YouTube twink. Oh my gosh. In his chat. All right. Thank you, everybody. If we can get anybody in YouTube to just ban those stupid fuckers. But I'm going to revel in this for a moment. Over in his chat. Friar Kecker saying Dead Domain getting BTFO by him just going ack, apparently. Super cool and based, dude. You're so rad. Oh my gosh, you're so cool. You're the most based. Nobody has ever been as based as you. You're so awesome. I wish I could be as cool as you, Friar Kecker.
Pistol, right? I mean, I feel like that wouldn't make any sense.
Damn. Y'all could probably actually go report his chat because they're saying hate speech, basically. They're inciting violence, total troon death chat. And he's not doing anything about it. In fact, he's seems like he's encouraging it. So that is a reportable offense. If anybody from my chat wanted to go, just try and keep the community safe. To keep the YouTube community safe. I'm just saying. Mighty Mulatto is super chat $5. Maybe he thinks Wyoming's child marriage law defends Christian marriage and those pregnant minors and their children deserve a family. Altered Rent, thank you for rating with a party of 17. We just got rated by one of the dumbest seething chuds on YouTube, Synthetic Man. And I'm having a good old time with this. That's all they say. Like, why no? Yeah, why is this shit not loading for me? Let's see what other people are saying while we're waiting for this to load up. Troon, get in there, chat. Can you give a timestamp for Dead Domain calling for mass reporting so I can include that in my report on him? I didn't call for mass reporting. I said that if they wanted to keep the community safe. Because, as YouTube will see, he's encouraging death threats. And if you want to, I can now point out in several of his videos coded hate speech. Just blatantly out there. You ain't that slick, dude. Dead Domain is the YouTuber, guys. Yeah, and it's not like he has a chat right now that is just going through and targeting me.
Oh my god.
Is he even paying attention to his chat?
Okay, how many? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I should have enough action points to shoot.
Did his chat just have to fucking give up because he's so fucking boring to watch that they had to go find somebody to harass?
Maybe I should just spray and pray. No, wait, I gave all the 10mm ammo up.
Like, is that what happened here?
Whatever. Does this have a burst? Is that burst? I don't remember. I think that's burst.
As I'm saying, this is dry as fuck, y'all.
Oh my god, it's not loaded. Fuck! Run!
Troon is gone. No, I'm still here. I'm still here. Troon is big mad. I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
That's how that works.
It's very funny that they're saying the same thing over and over.
I missed.
Yeah, these guys are super cool. Drama
nice work,
incoming.
All right, he's doing shit.
Troon is such a coward. I'm right here, dude. I'm right here. Has I haven't watched this whole stream. Has he mentioned me?
Why do none of these zombies, or they're ghouls, but it says zombies?
The Troon is watching you.
Why none of these ghouls have anything?
That's his.
I don't want another rat situation.
Interesting.
Okay, here we go. What is that? Plasma pistol or something? Yeah. Nice.
The same people saying the Fallout show is good are the same people saying X-Men 97 is good. So it sounds like people with fucking taste. Literal Troon, by the way. It's streaming right now and watching Synthids. My pronouns are actually they, them.
Change stream title. Okay.
To what?
I guess so.
Is that literally all you guys have in your head?
We'll just say sewers.
They accuse you of what they are. Much to think about. Damn.
This game hates to be alt tabbed, which, you know, not
Synth is a good boy. He just notices too much. Yeah, Angry Goose. Ack is a reference to suicide and hanging yourself.
Fallout video,
apparently.
do you have the source on that marriage statistics graph? Some are calling it out for supposedly pulling stats out of nowhere. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you can literally just search. I don't know. I've seen it multiple times. I don't have the source off the top of my head. No.
You could have put the fucking source in the actual video, dipshit.
I don't even know why they would try to debunk that when, like, if anything, that helps them. But I guess they're all cucks who want Tyrone to fuck their wife. I don't know. I really have no idea why that would even upset them. But these are Redditors we're talking about.
These are Redditors we're talking about.
All right, I'm gonna catch up on super chats. Hold on, let me reset.
Yeah, no, let's. I'm interested to hear these, and then we'll go back to your shitty fucking videos.
Also, I need to get water. I'll run down and get some water really quick. GameSense, thanks for $5. Hello, Synth and chat. The Dragon's Dogma 2 was great, the video, I guess. And wanted to contribute to free my man Thugnificent from DMod jail. Well, I did remod Thugnificent. That much I did do. This was 2 hours ago, though. I'm pretty behind on super chats, I guess. Lost Separate, thanks for $5. Annoying shift at hotel, almost done. Woman got uppity at me asking her phone number for a reservation. Guy complains about previous shift to me for 5 minutes.
The pure Lost Zephyr, the pure seethe in my soul is clear as day. I'm chilling, dude.
Dick Penisecki, thanks to the $5.45. I have no intention of watching the Fallout show. Who is the villain and what is the main conflict? In other words, what's the point of the show? Well, stop me if you heard this one before, but a dad character, you know, well, he gets kidnapped. He doesn't leave the vault, but still, it's finding your dad, you know, so it's Fallout 3 all over again. But this time, it's some middle-aged brown woman, I've been told she's Indian, who is supposed to be the NCR president. The ex-president of the NCR now rolls around with raiders. So, you know, that's cool. That's definitely not shitting on West Coast fans in any way, but, you know, it's canon. The show's canon. I guess that's something. And that means you have to like it. Man World, thanks 20 bucks. I recently had a game where one more key was supposed to be planted, and this Goku Black was camping it, so I distracted him, and led him away for 2 minutes, and none of my teammates planted it, and we lost. Yeah, people playing this game.
God, see, this is why nobody thinks that conservatives can do
10
comedy.
bucks. Funnily enough, I'm making a space RTS, so I suppose it won't be too tough to add some space merchant 2K. Might as well make them nomads, considered as undesirables by most other allies. Haha. Yeah, that would be funny.
This is fucking
Credit
boring.
Union. Thanks,
Like,
Bob.
God damn, when he's not bitching about stuff,
treatment.
he's
Army of haters
one
clipping
of
you
the
than making money off you or stream sniping. You're lucky. There's a lot of people who genuinely like me, believe it or not. I wouldn't call it luck.
I don't fucking believe it, dude.
FYI,
I don't fucking believe
check
it.
for spies. Thanks to $5. Team-based game where teammates ignore the objective. Classic. Yep. Nimpo, thanks €5. Hey Synth, do you plan on watching the whole Fallout show for the sake of reviewing it? Yeah, I said so in my video. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the ping down a little
Nate
bit.
Diaz, thanks to $10. It's funny watching Wokey, Joe, and Drinker's fan bases turn on them. Drinker tried to play it safe and it bit him in the ass, while Joe was sincere, but his audience is mostly Reddit. I'm not sure. Reddit's. Oh, I get it. You're reversing the F slur. Yeah, I got you. You the realist. Well, thanks.
I got you. You're reversing slurs in chat.
Road Warrior 2, thanks.
You fucking dipshit. All of this is recorded by YouTube.
Fiction more than anything. Not really the kick in the balls that their Lord of the Rings show was, but
like everything you're doing
that's probably fair.
is reportable. The fact that you are not properly maintaining your chat, that you are letting slurs go, and the fact that you're acknowledging them.
Yeah.
So fucking stupid, dude.
Thanks, $2. Play Fallout 1 or use 4 trans rights. Well, I'm guessing you're happy right now. Road Warrior 2, thanks, $7. Might be cool to see John Doman play a live-action Caesar if we ever get a Fallout New Vegas show.
Nick Mower is super chat $10. I didn't want this live to be a lesson on these incels, stupid, made-up, hateful language. Good to know, I guess.
Thanks to the $2.
I will be your fearless guide to all of their dumb inside jokes. No, he really, like, Foul Fortune Feline, the fact when he streams, he's just blander than saltine crackers.
Poir can turn into a sexy bitch on command. Takes full advantage of that whenever he's sad about Bulma. Yeah. Poir is also a boy, I want to remind you. Robert Cesario, thanks $5. I had a buddy of mine say he really enjoyed Fallout.
Synthetic Man, someone in the Troon Mass Reporter super chat said you like minors. Get them. This Troon/dead domain might try to copyright you.
It's fine.
I'm not gonna try and copyright you.
You don't have to be like, we can't be friends anymore because you don't agree with my opinion. But, you know, like if he's, I don't know.
Now he's Uwu soft boy on stream. Like on stream, he's saying, we don't have to be like, we can't be friends anymore if you don't agree with my opinion. When in the fucking video, he's Big Billy Badass saying, I see you as less than human. Yeah, why would I copyright strike him? Like,
That was right, I suppose. Yes, 23 Clash 02, thanks $5. Is the propaganda that Cell is strong because he's mixed race? Well, no, he's just supposed to be, he's a mutant. He's just like genetically engineered ubermensch. Like, he's the opposite of dysgenics, because it's like
Jesus fucking Christ.
all the best traits of every race were combined. But that's not what happens in practice. Brian C, thanks $5. No one talks about if all of the vaults are in LA, the master would have raided the vaults for mutant subjects.
Alright, I'm fucking bored of this shit. He's got like hours of Nick Fuentes fans to go through, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna go back to my shit. If anybody notices anything fun on YouTube chat, let me know. Tab is his Tears of the Kingdom video. All right, yeah, let's go watch that. I want to see what this is talking about. Oh god, it's an hour fucking long.
You know, despite my reputation in the wider gaming sphere as a bit of a contrarian or a grifter or somebody who just hates every video game, I actually really enjoyed Breath of the Wild. It was definitely the best game that released in 2017, and all.
It was not the best video game that released in 2017, but that's okay.
Oh, despite my reputation in the wider gaming sphere as a bit of a contrarian or a grifter or somebody who just hates every video game, I actually really enjoyed Breath of the Wild. It was definitely the best game that released in 2017, and although I did have quite a few issues with the game, ones that you've already heard before, like weapon durability and the open world feeling a little bit empty, I still think it was a unique experience. And
oh, hey, Tipster in YouTube chat. Hey, how you doing? I might have to do a sub-only mode for, let me... Yeah, I'm setting it to sub-only mode. Good idea. So anybody who's a subby to the channel should be fine. Okay. Thank you, Banana Brains. Good idea. I'm doing good. We just got raided by some incel dweebs. Incel. No, I think I'll upgrade them from incel to Nazi. They seem pretty comfortable with the 14 words.
I'm not one of the people who was desperate to return to the old Zelda formula after playing it. And so, shockingly enough, I actually was kind of excited to review Tears of the Kingdom this year.
All right, because this is a super long video, do we have more, do we have info on where particularly he talks about Link? Super Jet Guy, thank you very much for following. Dylan M on YouTube saying, "We'll never stop being grateful for your solidarity with the Jewish community in a time when it's so easy to be anti-Semitic. Also, you helped me accept my polyamory. I should send you the paper I'm publishing. Much love." Thank you so much, Dylan. That actually makes me feel really good. I am always happy to know that people find my work tangibly, actually helpful. Oh no. No, Tawa Bunny, if you're on Twitch, you're fine. It's subs only on YouTube. So, which you don't have to pay for, you just have to be subbed to the channel for a certain amount of time. So anybody in Twitch chat is fine. Yeah, do we know where he starts talking about that shit though? I'm going to go to, yeah, let's just start with, I guess, the story. Oh, transcript, duh. Good job. Good idea. No, it shouldn't be down that far. Alright, let's... Dog, hey, woof. Where's the... Why is it not showing... Nope, not what I wanted. God damn it.
Now, normally I would end the video here, but I actually have to talk about the state of the channel for a moment. If you
do not give a fuck about the state of your channel, dipshit. Yeah, it's just not letting, it's not letting me see the transcript, apparently. Huh. Okay. Well, let's try around open world and tutorial. I can deal with him seething and malding for a little bit more. More fucking interesting in a stream. Holy shit.
out. So moving on now to the open world itself. This is something that, again, I thought I would talk about at length because even though they reuse the same map, they did move a lot of things around. There's completely new side quests. The Great Fairies are in different locations. Story. It doesn't even feel like a sequel. 80% of the characters who have no idea who the hell Link is, despite the fact it's only been like 5 years. Yeah, okay, all of the major players from Breath of the Wild remember Link and know he saved the world, but there's no evidence of Calamity Ganon's damage. The Divine Beasts are gone. I don't even think they're referenced in dialogue. This is a bit of a spoiler, so feel free to skip if you, for some reason, care about the story of this game. Zelda goes back in time to when Hyrule was founded, essentially, or a little bit after that. Meets the first king and queen of Hyrule, which the king was a fucking goat man, and the queen was a, we'll say, dark elf. So despite the fact that the Gerudo are clearly supposed to be like the Middle Eastern-inspired race, I guess you could say, but they might even be a different species than Hylians, I'm not sure. They could be like Asari and just take genetic material from Hylians to make more Gerudo, right? But no, now there's actually a lot of Hylians that are various shades of brown throughout the world. And of course, one of the founders of Hyrule set the stage for the entire series, created a wonderful Wakanda-esque utopia, is one of these brown Hylians. Almost
I thought that Japan didn't do this. I thought Nintendo didn't do woke games. Like, I thought Japan was completely, like, what's going on? Trans Emerson. I didn't think it was possible to say dark elf with a hard R. Oh, that's pretty good. Renaru, why does he care? They're literally all hot. But Renaru, aha! See, you fool. You did not consider that it's propaganda to emasculate men. It's propaganda. That's what it is. It's propaganda that there just happens to be a dark-skinned fantasy elf character, and that is propaganda. You fucking dork.
literally we was Kangs and shit. So much for Skyward Sword being the beginning of the series. And to dip into the schizo paint a little bit, the king being a goat man, who are the Zonai people who came from the heavens, is borderline satanic imagery. I have no idea if this is intentional or not.
Baphomet, first off, Baphomet is a symbol of Satanism. Nobody actually worships Baphomet. Like, it is a creature created entirely out of whole cloth. Like, you know, I'm not even gonna go into it. I'm not gonna go into it. Thank you, everybody. Luck Draw, Cindy Jen. Thank you, everybody on Twitch for popping off with the goats.
But Japan used to be infamous for putting weird Christian symbolism in anime and occasionally video games. So this could be an extension of that, or again, if you want to take the schizo angle, this is a result of a certain cult organization full of quote-unquote elites that are subtly inserting their propaganda into video games. There's all sorts—
Dog! I only watched the Spider-Man video because it was way too fucking long. I didn't realize that his, like, conspiracy mongering about elites and shit, that he just straight up does it in all of his videos. Yeah, no, apparently Jews are taking over the Japanese studios too to insert vaguely satanic, like, they're just posting the 14 words over in his chat. That's not surprising to me. Yeah, hey, if y'all get a bunch of 14 words over in his chat, if you have a bunch of people spreading hate speech, I would just say, if you are a concerned citizen of YouTube and are concerned for the platform and the people on it, it would be in YouTube's best interests as a concerned citizen if you were to go and report those people. I'm just saying.
Sorts of little nuggets of wokeness. like Paya now having a giant
nuggets of wokeness. I'm not saying that everybody from my chat should go specifically report his chat. That's not what I'm saying at all. I want to be very clear about that. I am saying that if somebody is saying slurs, they should be reported for the good of the platform. And I think YouTube would agree with me.
brown boyfriend who looks like a Giga Chad in comparison to Link, despite the fact she was thirsting for his dick in the last one. Not to mention the quote-unquote subtle homosexual imagery from Breath of the Wild has been expanded even further in this one, and I already know people are going to say I'm reading into it and no kid's going to see this shit, but that's exactly how you desensitize people and how you groom them, right? You expose them to things. The vow that each of the new sages takes to Link looks like they're proposing to him. And Sidon, the giant shark guy, people already made a bunch of gay lewd images between him and Link when Breath of the Wild.
A lewd image? It's porn. Who calls porn a lewd image? What are you, a fucking thesaurus? What? That's pretty good. Like, okay.
Came out. Well, now, him quite literally putting a ring on his finger, and man, their relationship is too fucking weird, dude. I don't care that they literally give him a wife in the story, I'm not convinced. Link was already a cross-dresser before this game. Not to mention, an actual child, a bird child, is one of the other sages.
Hold out your hand.
Jesus, he's hand-mogged by everyone. He's hand-mogged by a child. Link was destined to be a bottom. It's over. And Riju's a Gerudo, and if you've seen any of their Rule 34, you know they're usually sporting a little something extra. Come. That's why I'm gonna...
So, all of his conspiracy theory posting here, all of this is he would say schizo posting. Yeah, Enchanted Nightshade, it's just porn brain. Like, he is the one who's like, think about it, you guys. Think about it. Think about how the elites are trying to get you to think all this stuff that I know because of the porn I've looked up. And you'll know the elites, they're the ones making the porn of the Gerudo being trans. Like, think about, like, what the fuck are you? Dude, how does anybody take you seriously?
That's why I'm going doing your pussy tonight, Link. Though obviously that's not canon, but you get the point, man. Every character that vows to him might as well be male, figuratively. Now, honestly, I don't actually...
Okay. Every character that vows to him might as well be male, figuratively. And one of them, his justification for why one of them is male is just porn. That... Okay, dude. Yeah, unfortunately, the porn is not canon.
It is weird enough to be eyebrow raising. Certainly worth making
fun
of at the very least. And perhaps more importantly than this weird schizo tangent is the fact that time travel completely ruins the story of Breath of the Wild. Because if Zelda traveled back in time, however many years, she could have just told the Hylians never to build the Divine Beast because Ganon would corrupt them and end up killing everybody, and then Breath of the Wild would never happen. Again, it doesn't feel like a sequel at all because Breath of the Wild might as well be ignored for the sake of this game's story. Another reason why this story sucks is because it has the tendency to re-explain things you already know or easily figured out early on. Not even counting the spoiler about Zelda, there's various plot details.
Yes, because it's a game for children. Like I know a lot of adults love Zelda. The truth is that it's a game with mass appeal. It's a game for children. Like, nothing wrong with adults enjoying it, but it's a game that is meant to be accessible to babies. So, I don't know why you're so pissed about this.
That are shown to you over and over again. Every time that you defeat a boss in one of the temples, you're given the same exact flashback with Ganondorf. And even the various tiers that give you the memories across the map show very similar scenes Even if they're different parts of the same scene, often you'll view the actual spoiler part before you view the setup, and then the setup scene is pointless, because the arrangement of scenes across the map seems almost completely random. There's a chance that you could view the biggest spoiler in the game as the very first tier. I believe it's just directly north of the starting point of the map. But despite this, the story treats every player as if they didn't do any optional content. I remember getting to the end of the Spirit Temple and having Minoru explain something that was already told me at least 3 fucking times, and then I believe Pora repeats it again immediately afterward. Just because it's a game for children doesn't mean children are stupid. Though who knows, maybe kids really are getting dumber, but I feel like when I was a child, I didn't have to have things constantly explained to me over and over again to be able to complete a game or understand the story. Whatever, anyway, this was a huge tangent. We should probably actually get to the open world now. As I've already stated, it's basically the same as Breath of the Wild, and the reason I actually really enjoyed Breath of the Wild's open world and its exploration was the sense of...
I'm gonna go through because I didn't get really anything that I wanted there. I
So,
haven't seen
really know
anything
where I'm
talking
going
about.
with this. The point is, I wasted another 20 plus hours on this game, and my opinion is virtually unchanged since I started recording this review. Now, because I feel bad that I spent so much time shitting on this game, despite the fact I think it's pretty good, I'll at least name a few highlights from my playthrough.
Yeah, he has weird porn brain going on, but I didn't get anything lolly related. Like, I don't know. I don't want to watch his whole fucking thing. Yeah, no, Mighty Mulatto, it's another thing of, like, that's just how fucking stories work, dude. Like, when game designers are making an experience, not every person has the time to just sit down and play through a game all day. Like, some people will leave a game for months, weeks, days, forget what they were doing. And it's helpful to have that shit to reiterate for the player so they're like, oh yeah, that thing. Like, there's any number of reasons why the designers at Nintendo decided to do this thing, and I think they've probably got a better handle on it than you. Jessica Forlega, you think you might do a comprehensive scripted video for this guy? I've been thinking about doing another Matt Walsh style video. Maybe on this guy. This guy's fucking dumb as hell. And is, like, just straight up a Nazi. Like, he's just straight up a Nazi. The one I think I might try and do, though, is Elon Musk first. But yeah. Wait, hold on. Banana Brain ZF. I think this is his footage. Yeah, I don't. Oh, whoa, wait, hold on. Okay, that's the thing I missed. The Gerudo was 12. That paints it in a different light then. That's... Yes, but here's the thing. John Bainbridge saying, frankly, this guy is nobody. I never heard of him before the stream. Elon is a much bigger target. You're right, but here's the thing. I could just dismantle this little rat-faced loser. Like, it would be like a calming exercise for me, because it wouldn't even be a challenge. It would just be fun. Foxbat, that is true. If being a dumb Nazi with 100,000 followers was grounds for a scripted video, nobody would ever get sleep. You're right. All right, well, I think I've had my fill of the fake man. Let's see, is he still streaming? I want to go see if he has mentioned me yet. He's still playing Fallout. Oh, goodness, I'm tired. Has he gotten to his fucking chats yet?
What better? Exactly. Certainly. Going? I believe. Let me check.
He's probably just gonna hit me again.
Yes.
Dude is sterile.
See.
They're still just talking about trans people. Like
Yeah,
when
he hit
people
me.
say,
Okay, I'll tell you where the vault is. I've been hit enough. It's okay.
when people talk about how like
All right, bad ending.
rent free, I left the chat like what 20 minutes ago, and they're still just talking about trans people.
144p.
The good guys lost World War II. Like, yeah, just fucking. All right, who do we got? Oh god. Yeah, Nightmare Taco, he just seems like a fucking shitty streamer too. Like he's not interacting with chat. Like nothing is happening. The game is playing a cutscene, but you can interact with your chat. Like Jesus Christ. Maybe this is just a regular thing. Oh, whatever. Okay. Give me a Stephen Gleason in his chat is saying, Dead Domain thought you guys were talking troons when you mentioned the mutant was sterile. You guys have literally been talking about trans people. Like, that's literally all through your fucking chat. Like, you dumbass. Alright. I'm out of here. Nightmare Taco, goodness gracious, thank you very much for gifting tier 1 subbies to Mick Jin, Jackie Comics, Artemis Vix, Pots and Pans, and Carousel Corpse. And I think, Nightmare Taco, I also missed earlier when you gifted to Roland Stott, Zelda 210, Syncade, Run Urine Run, and Time of Gifts. Thank you all so much for helping me pay my bills. Making this bullshit more worthwhile. No, I think I will be putting up this stream as a thing, or as a highlight reel, mostly because I need highlight reels. I need another video between now and. God damn, I am tired. I'm sorry, I keep yawning. I never yawn on stream. Holy shit. Patrick Dune, have a great rest of your night. He calls gay things in media groomer shit when he's into a 12-year-old character. That's, yeah. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? Seems like that kind of how it goes. I love your content, Nightmare Taco. Your content being gifting subscription to everybody. I am so glad you enjoy my content, and I am sorry to everybody that I've had so many stream highlights lately. I want to get in a place. I've talked about this before, but my next goal is to be in a place where I can just do more regular edited, not ultra deep dive videos, but since the beginning of the year, like I've essentially been working on 3 projects the entire year. Like at first it was the anti-Semitic video, a video on the Jewish question. The second was CPAC, which was obviously just a fuck ton of work, like a week of footage and shit that I went through. And then this video has been, I was supposed to get this video out. I make my own timetables. I'm not like, nobody's forcing me to do it, but I wanted to get this video out. Tipster, thank you very much. Have a good night. I wanted to get this video out, the Satanic Temple one, at the end of last month. And as you can tell, we're 2 weeks into this month. So that hasn't quite worked out for me, but it's okay. It's okay. And so these things are, yeah, Renru, plus I stream a lot, and I want to, Jessica Forlega, we have a Discord server. Yeah, we have, for $3 a month on the, on the Patreon. And the only reason that I haven't made a public Discord server is because of shit like tonight. And I don't have a proper way to enforce that yet. And John Bainbridge, thank you very much for saying those CPAC videos were amazing. Yeah, it looks like everybody's kind of getting a little bit tired. I'm pretty eepy. I need to still cook dinner for myself. I'm trying to, like, eat better and be better about eating. So, but we are all going to go. Nobody in YouTube go anywhere because we're going to go raid Shark. Go show him some love. What? Whoa. Why? No. Why? Okay, they fucking changed everything in the app. Nope, cancel. Okay, there we go. All right, everybody. I'm gonna go make some sweet lemon pork chops, something. And everybody else, let me make sure I rated correctly. Start raid. You already have a raid in progress. All right.